Hey everybody, it's Kyra and welcome to The Sims 4. Today we are doing a speed build for my Legacy Challenge. If you haven't watched the 2 episodes of that Legacy Challenge that I posted, I highly recommend you go watch those, but you can obviously still watch this without having seen those. So I had a craving to make like a vampire build because one of my Sims in this Legacy Challenge is a vampire. So I came to this world completely 100% meaning to make like a residential lot that they could eventually move into with their family once they're like elders and stuff and they retire. But I ended up making a community lot instead, so it does end up being a lounge, and I'm not going to complain because I really do like how it ends up looking. It's very dark and mysterious, and I think it goes with the world super duper well. So you'll see me here working on the exterior. I did struggle a lot with which windows to choose because the vampire windows are fine and everything, but for that like main front wall, I wanted like a big grand window, which we really don't have in like a vampire-esque window looking thing. So I had to go through like every single window in the entire game to try and find one that I thought would work for this build, and I did eventually find one that I liked quite a bit, thank goodness. It's from Get Famous, I believe. I did try to limit my packs with this build. It's mostly base game and vampires. I think there's probably going to be a couple other packs in there. Maybe just Get Famous. I'm not entirely sure if I actually ended up using any more. Oh, I did for the tables. I used the spooky stuff pack. But other than that, I do think it is majorly base game. So if you do want to download the slot, it is on my gallery. My gallery name isn't Kyra with 2 A's, or no, I think it's Kyra with 2 A's. I'm not entirely sure. I show you at the end. It'll be fine. But originally I wanted to do like a restaurant, so you can see I'm trying to add in a host station here, and then I completely scrapped that idea. And then I was gonna go for something else because I really wanted to do, like, you can see like this area where the archway is. I wanted to do something like that, and I figured like a restaurant would have a waiting area, and that would make sense to be a waiting area, but then I figured I could just make it a waiting area anyway. It could be a waiting area for any type of lot, so it didn't really matter too much. So I did end up changing it because I know for a fact that I will never use a restaurant if it's here. I did build this in Forgotten Hollow. I built it on the empty house lot that is usually there. So if you want to place it on the same lot that I did, then that's the lot I chose. Other than that, it is, like I said, it's just like red and black, which is so aesthetically pleasing, but it was hard to try and find a balance between it being too dark and too light, because I didn't want to add any white in there, because then I would have to make sure that there's white everywhere. So it was really difficult to do that. I also find that I struggled with the exterior wallpaper a lot more than I thought I was going to. I thought I was just going to find a siding and be like, yes, that works perfectly fine, but I was definitely second guessing myself a lot with that. This build is for my Legacy Challenge that I recently started. If you haven't watched that, I'll do like a quick little run through of what it is. It's pretty much just a normal Legacy Challenge, except my main sim is like super into occult sims, and so she's like really interested in vampires, is what this generation is. But essentially our goal is to marry an occult sim and then have a child with them. But if we want that child to be an heir, it has to be a human. So I think there's like a 50% chance whether the baby is going to be a human or it's going to be a vampire or ex-occult. I'm hoping that's how that works anyway, because if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to take away that rule, obviously. But I'm having a absolute blast with it thus far. It's only been 2 episodes, and my sim is already causing all kinds of problems. In the first episode, she started 2 fires at our house. In the second episode, her and her boyfriend got married. She's already expecting a child, and it's been 2 episodes, and it's going insane. But yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. I've took a really long break from The Sims. I didn't touch the game even slightly for like, I want to say a year and a half, something like that. I'm sure you have noticed if you are a past viewer. But I have so much motivation to get back into it now, and I know I said that last time, and we'll see how long it lasts. but for now I do want to keep playing it, obviously. So here you can see me, like I said, struggling to find what wallpaper I wanted. I found this brick and I still don't know if I like it or not. I think it's fine. I don't think I'm like obsessed with it though, if that makes any sense. I kind of wish I chose something else, but nothing else was really like making any sense for this build because I didn't want to do full black because then it would blend into the columns and the windows and everything, so you wouldn't really see any detail on the build. But I didn't want to do white either because it's supposed to be like a dark vampire build, and I don't think that that would really blend into the world too well. So I was trying to do like red or like a black brick that had dimension to it. And this is one of the first that I found, and I kind of just stuck with it. Again, I'm not entirely happy with it, but I think it's fine. Not the worst thing in the world. And then figuring out the flooring for the outside was really hard as well, because I was just going to use vampire flooring, and then it looked like garbage. So I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And then I settled on this stone, and I don't know if it is right or not, because the stone and the brick kind of clash a little. I don't know. I think it looks okay, but I think I could have probably chosen a better flooring for the outside and a better wallpaper as well. But it is what it is. I also struggled with trying to find a decent curtain for this window because all of them were like too big or too small or didn't come in the colors I needed them to. I could have used the vampire ones, but it covers the whole window and I didn't want that. I wanted the window to be usable still, you know? I didn't want it to be gone. I did eventually find one. I don't remember if I settled on that one or if I chose a different one. I think I ended up choosing a different one because I didn't like the brown. Yeah, I did. And I used just the same one on both of the windows. That is the one I used, and I think it is beautiful and it makes so much sense for the area. And then I was going to use a vampire rug, and it does technically fit, but I don't think it made sense in the area, really. It's kind of a weird shape. I really liked that square rug. I don't remember what pack it's from. I think it might be from university or it might be from high school years, but I put it down for a second, but it was way too colorful. I really liked the shape of it though, and the size was absolutely perfect for the space. But like I said, the colors were kind of just too much, and if I choose a colorful rug for this area, then I would have had to get those colors in elsewhere as well. And I didn't want to stray too far away from like the vampire style that we got going on, because, you know, it's in the vampire world, and I feel like if I did just a normal lot, it would look a little weird. Eventually, my Sims are gonna move into this world, I think. I don't know, because I know for a fact that I'm gonna struggle to build their house if I do put them in this world. Currently, they live in Brindleton Bay because my Sim is a cat lover. They don't have a single cat, and it's kind of unfortunate. But they don't really have room for a cat at the moment, and she's still kind of, I don't want to say she's new to her career. She's a writer. She doesn't have the career for it, though. She's a freelance writer. And I don't know, man. She's not making a ton of money. She's making, like, every time we get royalties, $2,000, I think, which, you know, is fine. And obviously I have a fully furnished house. We're not struggling for money or anything. But it's, like, not quite enough money to do everything I want to do. But it's not, like, quite a small enough amount of money for me to be complaining. So it's, like, kind of in that weird area. She is currently expecting a child, though, so I'm excited to see whether it's going to be a human or a vampire. You'll watch me here struggle so hard to try and find an object to put right there, because I didn't want to immediately go chess table, so I didn't. But I went through so many of the different outside objects to see how I could decorate this area and make it look better, and then I did eventually settle on a chess table, obviously. I think it looks a lot better with the chess table than it did without the chess table. It's kind of weird that there would be a chess table in this area, because it's kind of like a bar setting, but I really had no idea what else to put there. I guess I could have just put a normal dining table and it would have been fine, but I figure a chess table has more use to it. I didn't put any woohoo spots on this lot. I kind of meant to, but I didn't end up doing it. I could have put a bush, probably, but I didn't, which is completely and utterly my bad. And then with these chairs, they're super duper dark, obviously, because they're black and red. But I thought that it looked super duper weird with the really dark flooring. You can see with the ones in the, like, little vestibule part, the little waiting area, they're really dark, but there's a lot of lighting. And with the outside in The Sims, lighting is super weird and wacky. It doesn't matter, like, how many you put, it's still going to be kind of dark outside. From my experience, anyway. Like, I can put 7 million lights outside, and it doesn't matter. It's still a little bit dark and weird. The outdoor lighting in The Sims is crazy. But, you know, I figured it out, I think. It looks okay. I'm not happy with it to the best extent. I think, honestly, what would fix every issue I had is just changing that flooring to be not so dark on the outside. Because then I could have the dark floor, then I could have the dark chairs, dark tables, whatever I wanted. It could all be dark and it wouldn't, like, blend in so much. That was my only problem. And then you'll see me here struggle with, like, an idiot. I wanted to do 2 countertops originally so that the bar was only part of it. But then there's none that match that bar. So it was really frustrating. So I did end up just doing one of the really huge base game bars. You'll see me change it to that in a second. I didn't know that there were any that were that big. I thought the biggest one was 3. But then I was going through and I was like, that's a big bar. And I was like, well, that works. Because I was going to change the short bar. I was going to change it to be a different bar so that the countertops would match. And then I just found this and I was like, okay, that works, obviously. And then I have those things in the back. Those are not from base game, so that's a pack that I used. I used sconces from that pack as well. I think that's, I don't know which one that is. Is that Get Together? I think it might be Get Together. So yeah, I used the wall sconces that I used are from that pack, and the little back bar thingies are from that pack as well. It's a very limited pack-wise, and obviously the dance floor. I think I used that, Get Famous for the windows, Vampire Pack, base game. I want to say that's all I used, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm pretty sure that's all I used. I was gonna put a werewolf guitar, but I didn't do that. I didn't put a guitar at all. I just put the microphone like it asked. The shape of this build is so strange. I could not figure out how I wanted to do it because I didn't know where to put the dance floor. I did want to include it because I feel like it made sense. But even, like, the smaller dance floor, I didn't know where to put it because I didn't want to shove it in the corner, you know, and, like, have it be forgotten. But I don't know. I don't know if I ended up making the right choice with the interior, the way that I did it. I do like the bathroom, how all the toilets are separate, so multiple Sims can be using it and not be angry. And I didn't have to use the stalls or anything, obviously. I changed the lights to sconces because I did not like the way that having 3 chandeliers right next to each other looked. But yeah, you can see, like, this area is where people will perform. There's a cute little seating area over there. And then that is where I ended up leaving the dance floors. And I'm still not sure if I like it or not. That dance floor, I would be a lot happier with it if it had a black outline instead of a white one. Because there is just no white in this building other than that. And, like, a little bit on the rug that's in the waiting area. And, like, outside. But that doesn't, like, make a lot of sense to me. But it's how it ended up being, obviously. And then figuring out where those stupid tables went was the death of me. Because I don't know. I didn't want to put them in the middle of the room because I feel like it made it look really, really busy. And then I don't know. They're just up against the wall. I feel like that made the most sense. There's dining outside, so, like, it's not a huge deal. I think, yeah, I kept that wallpaper. For sure, the spooky pack wallpaper, you could easily, if you wanted to download this build and you don't have that pack, you could very, very easily just switch that wallpaper and make it be one of the vampires ones. But this is pretty much the end of the build. I just do very, very simple landscaping, and then that's the end. So once this speed build goes ahead and finishes, I will pop on into the game and I will give you a very brief tour because it's a super small build. That's kind of just the gist of what it is. I am happy with how it turned out. I like the style of it. I just think I could have made some better color choices. But that is the end of that, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the game now, and I will give you a tour. Alright, now that I am done building this vampire lounge, I'm going to go ahead and show you a quick little tour of it. It's a pretty small lot, obviously. It kind of looks like a house from the outside. Oops, I forgot to change the trim color on that side. That's my bad. There we go. It's a pretty small area. This is what it looks like from the outside. It has very minimal landscaping. I kind of just stuck to the spooky plants that came with vampires. The outside has a nice little seating area and a bar, and then it has this little bench over here. And then if you go ahead and come in, we have like this cute little area right here, like a waiting area kind of type deal. I was originally going to make it a restaurant, and then I changed my mind. And then when you come inside, you have another bar. It's all very red and black, and then we have 2 dance floors. We have this cute little seating area here. We have some more seats. And we have the piano and the microphone, another bench over here, and then the bathrooms are over here. And I have all the toilets in separate rooms, so your Sims won't get angry if there are others in there with them. It was a pretty quick build, as far as I'm aware. I haven't really checked how long I've been recording. But I do hope you enjoy it. I will be uploading this to the gallery in case you want to use it. My username is It's Kyra with 2 A's, as you can see up here. But I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.